All right, this is We the People News. Educational purposes only, okay? And I'm arm length, okay? Just to give you guys fair notice. And he's right now in the process at the very end of this part is looking up the cases about how, um, government can't come after you under the 11th Amendment because we are the boss. We have political power. We the people. So how can you go after the people that is above you when it's your authority, right? Let me just go.
There we go.
And this is live, so I'm at lost for words right now.
Okay, and I'll just share it. Okay.
So I did that for general purpose of you could pause it and kind of read through it to get a basic idea in said court case.
So let's make it bigger. Whoops, wrong way. So the 11th Amendment says the judicial power of the United States shall not be construed to extend to any suit in law or equity commenced or prosecuted against any one of the United States by citizens of another state, or by citizens or subjects of any foreign state. So I'm a state, and so and that's what Jerry Wilkins, the lawyer, used in that case.
And one of the what you guys call founding fathers, and I believe it's Madison, but I may be incorrect. But he said when they come up with the Constitution, because of different definition of state, he was talking about the people. All right. Because in England, when they called it like French, was a state, but it was a country. So countries, right? The state of Texas is its own little separate country, but the king in that state is actually we the people. So we are the state, right? Just like any other states out there. Well, the separation, the borders, is the people of that particular state republic. Texas Republic, New Mexico Republic, of course, when you go by the republic, it's Texan, New Mexican, Californian, stuff like that.
WFAA TV case, and he won the case. So I tell him I'm the state, and I have immunity under the 11th Amendment because I'm we the people. And again, that goes to also to these other cases. Remember these other cases that we talked about?
Listen to these and write it down so you can look it up and verify for yourself, because I'm hearsay. He's hearsay.
McCullough versus Maryland and Cowan versus Polyblank, where it says basically the same things, that there's no No right against the power that makes the law on which the right depends. So they don't have anything. Let me find those.
Now, even though Congress kind of writes the law, we technically, that's what the petition is. We are supposed to actually go in there and petition a law. All right, so we're supposed to write the law, and they're supposed to go in there and raticate it and all that kind of stuff. Because of our ignorance, when we don't do these things, our representatives and our of federal and state is making their own crap up, and they're going by corporations, their petition, because we, the people, don't know how to do it anymore. So they send lobbyists out there. They pass all these things against you. And we sit down behind the idiot box and we piddle our fingers and go, oh, which way did you go, George? Which way did you go?
While you're doing that, may I ask a question or kind of make a statement too?
What's that?
I am we the people. So I didn't write that thing though. See, that's what confuses me or makes me wonder. But yeah, we the people. I'm one of.
Just try to clear that up. Sorry, I don't have fancy things, so it is what it is.
People, but I don't call myself we the people at all.
I'm the state, and I am posterity. See, remember the preamble says that we the people do ordain and establish this Constitution for ourselves and our posterity. And so I'm posterity. And I'm we the people. Matter of fact, in my case, if you go,
I guess you could go one of the people and the state demanding my property.
over this first, this is the stuff that I talked about before. The sovereignty of a state extends to everything which exists by its own authority, is introduced by its permission. But does it extend to those means which are employed by Congress to carry into execution powers conferred on that body, people of the United States? Those powers are not given by the people of a single state. They're given by the people of the United States to a government whose laws made in pursuance of the Constitution are declared to be supreme. Consequently, the people of a single state cannot confer a sovereignty which will extend over them. I cannot give them authority over me. And if they claim there's a contract, then they're perjuring their oath. Think about it. And then there's this Kawanikoa versus Polyblank, not because of any formal conception or obsolete theory, but on the logical and practical ground that there can be no legal right as against the authority that makes the law on which the right depends. So it's my authority that the government's there. So they have no authority to talk to me because they're claiming some right against me under my law. And so that's they can't do that. That doesn't work that way. And so that's why it's so powerful. What was that other case? Kawanikoa. There's other cases that talk about the same kinds of things. We the people, our rights cannot be injured by judicial by legislation or judicial authority. No, they cannot violate our rights. It's impossible, and that's why the government can't commit treason. I've had all sorts of. I used to say they were committing treason, and it was like when they responded to that, they said it was like a joke, and the government cannot commit treason. And so they can't be representing the government because the government can't commit treason. So they're not representing the government. They're operating in their private capacity, and I want it stricken. And so I mean that's the way you have to approach that. That they're not representing the government. The government can't commit treason, and I'm the government. And so I didn't give them that right to do that. And so I want it stricken. And so I do a motion to strike, and I'm doing motions to default judgment. Now at the very top of this, I don't see, it just starts a brief. But so what we'll do is we'll go to the other one that's here. Where is it? There we go.
Kind of like that top part. Deny the State Bar of Texas. Okay. The bar is not there to help you. The bar is in conflict with you. That's the reason why family court's been running amok, right? The bar is helping the judge. The judge is helping the bar. The attorneys are helping the judge. The attorneys are helping the bar. Okay? And then all the judges and the bar and the attorneys are helping the cops. It's all conflict of interest. And they've been running amok. I don't mind them actually being there if everybody stayed in their lane and actually honored the Constitution. Okay? And quit going in there, putting us in some type of disillusion that we may or may not be, just for argument's sake. All caps and all, if that's real, well, they have particular writings to describe particular things. So why is the all caps there? People, you got to put this two and two together, right? There's a reason for it. That's the reason why there's all caps, small caps. There's a reason for it. Whether you believe it or not, I don't care. I'm just, never mind. Let's go. But we're all under the Commerce Clause. I mean, for heaven's sake, think about it, y'all. Congress gave authority to convict you over animal cruelty. Okay? Well, they put that under commerce. If it gets up on the internet and anything on the internet is under commerce, and so the federal government can come and knocking on your door over an animal, your dog or your pet and all that, instead of being your county or your state, federal government came in and intervened.
There we go. We the people. So we the people and me. And we're the demandants, okay? And at common law, you're called a demandant, and they're called wrongdoers. And so I've even seen the SEC. I saw an SEC lawsuit that called people wrongdoers, okay? So that's, you got to call them wrongdoers is what they're doing. And so they're wrongdoers. And that's all common law. That's common law. And so that's where you have to go with it.
And people talk about, again, it's the words difference, word magic, the trickery of words to get us in these particular things. and they're going to argue with you about it. But there's a reason why there's a separation, and there's a reason why these words matter, right? I agree with him. Wrongdoer, not defendant, wrongdoer. Alleged defendant, you know.
What about plaintiff? Thank you.
That's commercial. I never, he calls me, the judge calls me plaintiff all the time, and maybe I should do a motion of objection or notice of objection. I'm not a plaintiff, that's commercial.
And he should, because if he's not ejecting or denying that claim, then he's in silent acquiescence, and he's tacitly agreed that he's actually a plaintiff. So yeah, he should do that, especially if he's arguing against the paperwork.
I'm not a plaintiff, they're not defendants, they're wrongdoers. And I'm a demandant, okay? I can't tell you, one time when I was, way back when, I was working for a company, and I got this paperwork that it was a demand paperwork. You demanded that you do this. There was a contract I was working that had something to do with the government. And I thought that it was a demand. And so we demand things from our public servants. You see what I'm saying? And say we demand or we require. It's basically the same thing. But so that's why I always put requirement and then a demandant. And so I don't want to be too pushy, but I demand. I could say I demand this court, but I say I require. It's not as pushy. You know what I mean? And then I always say respectfully submitted. And so I'm not trying to be disrespectful. Everybody has their job. And I appreciate that this judge he's not really a judge, okay? I told him he's not a judge. He's a bought and paid for clerk masquerading as a judge. And so, and he knows that's right. It's all administrative. It's under martial law. And but they still follow the Constitution. I guarantee you they're still following the Constitution, and on posterity in the Constitution. And so that creates a problem for them. And so I.
All right, this video is long enough, Bill. Till next time, bye.